morning and welcome to Kantipur TV HD. You're watching Kantipur Yoga. Ani ajako episode ma chai we'll be practicing a nice fun flow for our legs and our feet. So happy legs and happy feet ko lai chai we will be practicing this flow and vinyasa. And now the focus of this asana and flow is to make sure our ankles and our legs are well flexed and well flexible, mobility and strengthening of the feet and the legs. This will include from hamstrings, glutes to knees, calf muscles and ankles. So you will see I am sitting Vajrasana. Vajrasana is also a great stretch for your ankles and your knees. This also stimulates digestion and blood circulation in your belly. So today's flow and today's asana practice involves a lot of leg, ankle and toe movement, especially if you have flat feet or you're recovering from a leg injury. This is a great practice to warm up the muscle, stretch karna lai, and to build strength in your legs and your muscle. Even if you're looking for a little toning and strengthening, this is a great practice to practice, especially if you feel like you have flat feet or your balance is always a little wobbly. This is a great way to practice to strengthen your heels, ankles and legs. Moving in to our asana practice, we will start in Vajrasana. So you can sit in Vajrasana however you like. Now you need to make sure you're sitting up straight, your tailbone is tucked in and you're sitting down onto your ankles and heels. Yaha basna garo cha bhane chai you can maybe take a cushion and place it below the glutes and hold this here. We'll do a few deep breaths. If you want to advance from this asana and make it a little bit more intense, you may move into the Virasana, also called the hero pose. You may gently open up the knees, take your ankles with you, widen up the stance, slowly start to sit down onto the floor. So ankles and knees will be outside, you will be sitting down onto the floor. Breathe through, hold that there. We'll stay here for 5 deep breaths. Whenever you're ready, we will gently start coming into the front, back onto all our fours, back into the tabletop position. Knees below your hips, wrist below the shoulders, and you will gently start to come up onto the toes and slowly start to push down towards the floor. Gently back up in again. Relax the ankles down. Try and put your ankles down flat onto the floor. Slowly curl up again, gently push down. Repeat this movement as many times as you like. And back up onto the tabletop. From the tabletop, you will extend the right leg outside. Now focusing on the feet, you're going to actively make sure that your heel is flexed away. So you will see your heel is pushing away from me. Toes are curling inward. This is called flexing your heels. Pointing your toes is like this. And flexing your feet is with toes wide open. So we'll rotate the legs, rotate the ankle. If you want to rotate the leg, you can also rotate outside, in, moving your hips. As many circles as you like. Euta कुरा चाहिँ के ध्यानमा राख्ने is when you're trying to move your legs, you're not leaning onto one side, you're in the middle. Whenever you're ready, repeat on the other side. And then slowly come back in onto your legs. Sit back down. We'll be extending the right leg into the front now. Slowly. Whenever you're ready, we will just sit here, push the heels away from you. Curl your toes in towards the chest. If you'd like to add a little bit more shoulder movement, take your right hand towards the side, Take your left hand into your knee, gently twist in to the side. This is a very active movement on your heels, your calf muscles and hamstrings. Breathe through. Gently, whenever you're ready, come back into the middle. We will engage our core and slowly start to bend into the front, coming up onto your knee and down into towards the floor. Now make sure the pasariko khutta, the leg behind, is on its ankles. Breathe through. Gently pushing back in again, actively coming down, sitting down onto your heels again. Push your heel away, curl the toes towards your chest. Breathe. Gently engaging the core and the legs again, slowly back in. Drop down. Breathe. You may also take your right leg outside towards the sides. Now for ankle strengthening, you may gently come down to the floor. Left hand is down here, support golai. Left leg is up and toes are curled. You may gently take your right hand and push the knee outside. Let your ankle bend with you. Gently back up. There is strain in our ankle. It's a delicate joint. Gently come in, push, come back up. Slowly flex your hamstrings, come back in. Movement, hip opener. 2 to 3 times repeat karne, maybe more. Gently back up, bring your leg back into the middle. Slowly reaching back in again, gently sitting down. Breathe through. Have a comfortable tabante. We can slowly start to come down just a little bit. Hold that there. If you want to be a little bit more intense with this stretch, you may gently come into the front. You may extend both your hands up to the ceiling and then slowly come down and grab the arch of your feet. Arch of the feet is this curve over here. We will gently come in an arch. Kita, you may place your one hand down to the floor, other hand also down to the floor. Hold this here. And whenever you're ready, slowly exit the asana. Bring the leg behind and down onto the floor. We will repeat the same practice onto the left leg. And whenever you're ready, coming back onto your knees again, slowly standing up. You will take your knees nice and wide, gently curl the toes behind, slowly coming to sit down onto the floor, and gently back up. Take this up a step, slowly take your ankles wide, feet wide, bring your hands into the front, squeeze. Now you're going to tuck in the pelvis, squeeze into the front, hold, gently come down, sit down all the way, come back up, come in, up and squeeze, push the pelvis in, repeat, come back down. Jati wide gayo bhane त्यति अझै benefit हुन्छ for your knees, ankles and calf muscles. You can also add weights in your hand if you want to make this a little bit stronger. Core and glute muscles ma पनि work गर्नु छ भने चाहिँ we can also add a few weights. Gently come back up, squeeze, slowly back down, set. 3, down, come up, exhale, inhale, come back down, exhale, back up, inhale, back down. One more time, slowly back up, squeeze, hold, gently relax, come down in, curl your toes, back up in to the middle. Now gently coming into our forward bending. So forward bending, we will start to come up, lift your legs up, gently come up into your forward bend. Now this is our forward bending. If you have arthritis and vein issues, vein thrombosis, etc., you may keep your knees a little bent. Support pan rakhna milcha. You can do it close to a wall or a chair. Now this is the forward fold variation that we're going to choose. A little relaxing. We're going to stay here. For forward fold ma chahi ke yaad rakhne bhanera, we will make sure our body weight is in between the heel and the toe, leaning front and back at the same time. If you lean pachadi, there will be very intense stretch happening onto your hamstring and glutes. If you lean ahead, it will become more intense for your knees and calf muscles. So duvailai balance gardakheri chai it is an entire leg stretch. Very slowly we'll come up onto the toes and then back down. Now you can accompany this with the chair pose also. Gently inhale, come back up, hold, come up onto the toes, balance, exhale, back down, inhale, back up, exhale, back down, inhale, back up, exhale, inhale, up, exhale. One last time. Slowly inhale and hold. Gently coming down in the Utkat Asana, down in onto your toes. Hold that there. Coming up standing straight, we will inhale. Up onto your toes again. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Gently taking the right leg into the front, onto the heel. Slowly coming up into the pyramid. So we will gently start to lean up into the pyramid. Hold this over here into this bend. Now 2 ways you can go on about this. You can either stay onto your heel, very intense calf muscle stretch, or you can come down, come up onto your toes. You can either choose your heel, or you can come up onto your toes. Onto your heel, and come up onto your toes. We will move up from our toes, up into the warrior pose 1. Gently palms back down, ankles down, relax, back up in tabletop. Sit up straight. Whenever you're ready, gently moving into another movement, we will slowly start to come up into our downward facing dog. Gently coming up again. So downward dog ma chahi how to figure out to do the right distance. We will first come into a nice child's pose. First down into child's pose. Now wherever my hands are, I'm going to leave my hands there. Wherever my leg is, I'm going to leave my leg there. Now gently coming up into the down dog without moving my hands and ankles. I will gently come up onto my knees first, curl the toes up, slowly start to move up into the downward facing dog. Now this is the current distance between my hands and my legs. Child's pose bara garnalai chai ajai sajilo huncha, because now you know the distance between your hands and your legs. Whenever you're ready, you may gently go side to side, heel to toe movements, bistare. Now my right heel is pushing down all the way. My left heel is pushing down now. My right knee comes into the chest. Slowly side to side. Now watch the hips. If you sway your hips all the way to one side, the stretch gets a little bit more intense. Coming in, You can choose कतिको intense बनाउनु छ, कतिको relaxing बनाउनु छ. You can choose. Side to side. Enjoy that. Whenever you're ready, you'll bring your right knee down to the floor. Take your left leg up. Now coming into a very nice chaturanga, you will make sure your elbows are right below your shoulders. Elbows will bend in towards the chest. Shoulder strength comes up and say, what can happen is you can start to bend your elbows out. We will keep bending it inward. Gently leaning into the front. Halka wrist beyond shoulders are now. Gently coming down in, very slowly. Drop down and up into your cobra. A cobra can look like many different kinds. You can have your pelvis pushing in over here into the cobra, or you can stay down here, or you can choose a sphinx pose or baby cobra, of your choice. Gently we'll bring the knees up. You can also come into the half frog pose. Reach for your ankle behind. Right side, right hand. Slowly start to bend it down towards the floor. Breathe through the belly. Gently relax. You may repeat on the other side. Come in, squeeze, and push downward. Gently back up. Bring your hands sides to your sides. Okay, keep on your belly. Now from here we will gently bring our hands close to the chest, to the sides. Now you'll watch my ankles. I'm going to use my ankle strength to come up into my downward dog and not use my knees. So gently wherever you are, take a nice deep inhale over here. Exhale garda mathi down dog ma aउने ho. So inhale over here. And as you exhale, come up into the down dog. You will try with the knees if you have arthritis. You will try with the knees, or you can come back down here. Now you watch my ankles. Use the strength of your ankles slowly. There you go. Then come back up into your down dog. Breathe through. Slowly taking the right leg in to the pigeon pose. Gently relaxing down. Adjust the pelvis, adjust your hips. And pachadiko khutta will stay very active, since this flow is meant for our legs. This will strengthen and tone the legs behind, even the lower back. If you want to test your mobility and flexibility, you may open the agadiko khutta in towards the front just a little bit more. To end the flow, we will gently bring whichever leg is behind into the front, into your butterfly. And we will slowly start to lean forward to end the flow over here. Khutta lai chai, to make sure our ankle flexibility is on point, we will slowly, this is the butterfly, feet together into like a nice namaskar of the feet. We will tilt the feet upward. So keep it nice and active. Then we will gently start to lower ourselves down, and you may end your flow and practice over here, or you may move in towards your shavasana if you like. And whenever you're ready, you can gently come up and relax again. So as you saw, our ajako practice was very intense for our ankles and calf muscles, especially our feet. So this will help you to strengthen your ankles, your legs. For flat feet, this benefits your flat feet quite a lot. This helps you recruit that arch in your khutta, and this will also strengthen your calf muscles as well as your quads, thighs and hamstrings. So when we need to strengthen the knees, हामीले आफ्नो calf muscles, shin muscles and thighs मा पनि focus गर्नुपर्छ किन knee is a bone. Unless you take supplements, you cannot strengthen your bones. So we have to work with the muscles that surround the bone. And I hope you enjoyed this flow. You can practice with me. Few episodes we'll be practicing together. Few episodes say I will be doing asana breakdowns, which is easier to go part by part. These flows say we can practice together and learn a little bit more about our body. Just to make sure, if you're recovering from an extreme injury or currently have any rods or nuts and bolts placed in your leg, kindly please consult your doctor before practicing movements. We do not think it's important to mention our medical history while practicing yoga, and long term it will create a little problems for ourselves and our body to recover and understand the movement better. So in case you have any injuries currently and creating a little pain, you may also use kneecaps if you want. You have these ankle braces also, you may also use that. I would say jado is starting, the winters are coming, and that could also create a lot of pain, especially for people who have arthritis and recovering from a ligament tear or fracture. So let's make sure that we're protecting our joints properly. Let's use kneecaps if needed, and kindly please do not lock your knees too much. If you have problem, keep your knees nice and soft bend. In our yoga and fitness language we call it micro bend. So धेरै lock चाहिँ नगर्नु, keep it a little soft. So I hope you enjoyed practicing this flow with me, and I will see you again tomorrow with another flow and another exercise and yoga practice, and have a nice day ahead. Thank you so much.